Day 5 of the 12 Days Anime, and the anime I want to discuss with you guys today is IGPX. Now, this series is very underrated. Not many people talk about it at all. They don't even put it in their top 10, nothing. Like, this show is kind of like in the shadows, and I kind of want to bring it out of the shadows because this series aired on Toonami, and I rewatched the series through Toonami because I watched it a long time ago before when it was on Toonami, and honestly, when I first watched it, I didn't really like it that much. But after rewatching the series on Toonami, I have a newfound joy of this series. It's so good. It's so good. I watched it with my brother, and we enjoyed this series a lot. Like, this series is so good, and I really like the characters. I love freaking Cunningham. I love Takashi, Liz, and Amy. And I like the dynamics between the three of Liz, Amy, and Takashi, because those three are on the team Satomi and stuff, and those are the main characters of the series. And basically what the series is about is those three main characters. We see them starting from like the low tier. They ain't really nothing. They're not really much of a team. They have a hard time even getting sponsors for their team to be staying alive in the IGPX races and stuff. So they have that kind of issue. But they become low tier to like the high tiers as things go on, and they just race as hard as they can. And it's just like it's an underdog story, and it's really good. This is a good underdog story of a series. Like, it's so good to see this, and I just really thoroughly enjoy this series, which is why I want to talk to you guys about this and want you to watch this series. If you like mechs, if you like racing, if you like mechs that fight while racing, you're gonna like this series. Like, it's that kind of good. Like, especially with the racing themselves is just very unique, always kind of different. Actually, is that you're not always getting the same kind of race every time, because different mechs had different abilities and stuff like that. Like, Team Satomi has I guess like a basic style, while Team Belstein has like these little, like maybe like these whirlwind twister thingies, and like they have like different attacks. Is that very interesting, which makes more dynamics for the races and make them more interesting to watch. So it's just that's what I love about this series, and there's so much stuff going on with it. Not to mention, like I said, the character development and the characters themselves are just really nice, and the development from you'll like them a lot, honestly. And the dynamics between the three, how they just work together and stuff, is just really good. Like, it's just all around a very solid series, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I really hope you guys, after you watch this video, will go and watch the series, because this was a good series here. But when it comes to my favorite moment with IGPX, it has to be the moment at season 1's end, basically. When season 1 ends, there's basically 2 seasons, you know. It's a 26 episode series, and you know, season 1 and season 2. Season 1 ended when it came to Team Belstein facing off against Team Satomi. That match was so freaking epic. I was sitting on the edge of my seat. I was like, ooh, leaning, because it's like their crowd was freaking ridiculous. They're going in so hard. Cunningham facing off against Takashi, 2 prodigies basically in this racing game, and they're going at it, and they were just destroying each other, and like people were like literally the mechs were getting destroyed. Like, they're literally getting destroyed. It's like ridiculous. Like, I love this battle. Like, it was just crazy fun, and like I said, we get to see like new techniques and just how different the matches are. And this was like I think it was like the most hype moment for me when it came to the series, honestly, was season 1 end. Season 2 end was actually not as good as season 1 is in my opinion, but overall it's still a very good series nonetheless. But this moment right here was just so good. That entire race is my favorite moment, because that race was just incredible, and not to mention the soundtrack is really epic as well. So I mean, I don't know, everything about this series is a win. The dub is really good, and honestly, people should watch this series more. This is a really good series, and I'm really hoping people can go and watch it, because it's kind of sad to not see many people talk about it, because it's good. It's good. So if you've seen IGPX, tell me, what is your favorite moment in the series? And if you haven't seen IGPX, I want to know if you're gonna watch the series after you watch this video, and if you do go watch IGPX after you watch this video, tell me what you think of the series. I hope you guys have the same kind of joy I did with the series as well. Because like I said, it's one of those shows you kind of like kick back and get excited when you start seeing the races and stuff like that. So it's that sports kind of anime kind of thing, you know what I mean? So y'all know, you might like it. So yeah, it's been the Thabreakmaster, and until then, people, break out.